Hello, creatives, community, and kind folks. Welcome to RPG with DBJ. And of course, we are continuing um, a series here about the armchair futurists, myself, uh, debating our position in regards to using AI, large language models. And today I will be defending the position of maybe it's a little too much. Maybe it's too much of a burden for us that the influx and the speed and the infiltration of these AI systems is maybe it's going too fast, and that just the idea that these things exist in the first place, whether they are going to be as effective as they are, as people are predicting, a dystopian future and the downfall of humanity, or a greater utopia as humanity recognizes itself and ascends to a higher level. All of that talk might be too much. So today we're going to talk about being stressed out. A handful, we'll page through a handful of these AI systems, and I will make the attempt to overload you a little bit as to what these companies intend to do and how they're being focused. They are both focusing on us as individuals and then small to big businesses as well. But anyway, before we do all that, the most important thing is for you guys to get your snacks, put your feet up, put on your critical thinking helmet, and argue your point in antithesis to me. So guys, let's get past the intro, get back into why AI systems as burden is an issue. So one of the things that let's put this up here. Yeah, Mark 3 stress on your character sheet. Hell yeah. I guess we're all gonna have to start walking around with like our phones or the pieces of paper as we interact with people, and like, just could you imagine people pull it out their back pocket and they pull their character sheet out and like, stress, let me roll some dice. Okay. Just standing in line at Starbucks or something. That'd be pretty funny. But although that would be a kind of a cool world, I suppose. But much like the background here is us launching into deep space or whatever, passing nebulas and whatnot. Some would say that just the talk of these systems, whether they actually will be able to perform what they claim they will perform, in and of itself is very stressful. So I thought I would share with you just a handful of tabs that I have here about where you can go find these AI systems. Now, you're not going to have to go very far. As a matter of fact, they're being shoehorned into as many products as you can tell. Like, I'm a Googleite, so I just use Google's I'll say suite of things. Like, I use Google Docs and whatnot. And Mad Max, I don't know. We'll be eating a whole lot of cat food. I don't know if you want to accelerate that fast. So, okay, so let's go to Gemini. So I'm not going to delve into how these systems work too much, but something you'll notice is these front pages. And the front pages remind me of the very first iPhones, where it was the removal of a lot of buttons and doodads and options, and you just have something very plain. Yes, I could turn this into night version, but hello RPG with DBJ, and then it's like, tell me what you can do, save me time, help me write, explain something. Deep Research, Canvas is down here for creating docs and apps and things like that. Of course, there's an upgrade button. And if we hit the upgrade button, so if we hit the upgrade button, we have our, I'm going to say like our plebeian upgrade, which is like $20 a month, and you get access to all these other things here. Okay, all right. Okay, that's not bad. But there's actually one that's above this. It's not $20 a month. It's like $200 or $250 or something like that. Now, I'm not a business, and unless you plan on using these systems to make a lot of money, let's see. Did I go back? Why did I stop sharing? How did that happen? There we go. Cat oil, good for the lips. What the hell? It sounds what? SHP. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's up? So, I am debating the point that maybe these AI systems are just a little bit too much. We're going a little too far. So this is Google Gemini, and you can find the Google Gemini tab, or switch over instead of like a Google search. You can go to the Google Gemini tab. If you go to the little icon that looks like a chemical beaker with some sloshed liquid in it. That's the best way I can describe the little icon. Switch over there. But you know what? That's not the only one. We can go to DeepSeek. DeepSeek is another AI system. You log in, do all these things, accept all their cookies, and blah, 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 blah. I'm not doing all that. But that's because we have yet a third option here. And mind you, there's plenty of these options. We have Claude 4, and you get unlimited access and chat and WhatsApp, powered by Anthropic. It's a business and marketing for instant SEO, which is search engine optimization analysis, solutions for everything, powered by Anthropic. And you can kind of see Explore Sonnet, which is one of their, you always have to have, developers love to name their things in different ways, and Sonnet happens to be one of their one of the nomenclatures for how they're improving it. And of course, we've got Claude 4. We have let's see if I can share this out. Come on. We have a VO3. VO3. Oh, that's right. Oh, how did I miss that? Yeah, Book of Eli, that movie is so excellent. Despite all the dirty deviance in the movie, it's probably one of the best religious movies to date. If it wasn't for like the language and the subject matter, it's probably one of the best promotions for a Christian religion, if any type of religion, in terms of like following its tenets and things like that. Great ending, great, excellent. This is VO3, and VO3 is instead of a general like literary back and forth call and response, where it's just hey, I need to learn, give me information about how to fix my washer, and then of course it gives back. This is more video generation. Of course, one of the big things that happened recently was like this Studio Ghibli turn any image or make a video and make it look like a Studio Ghibli thing, which is it's cute. But this is a visual image generator for content creators and things like that. And you'll notice, if you personally want to delve into these things, that they're really pushing itself towards marketing, right? And short video clips for marketing purposes, people traveling, the ability to insert your product inside of these image generated locations. And you can do all of this with prompts, create all of this. And of course, on YouTube, there's a whole series of videos made where the prompts themselves, within the video, are talking about themselves being artificial. And there's like podcaster prompts and fashion prompts here. Not prompts, but the end result of prompting them. And so VO3 is one of these things. That's one a number. Oh, hey, how about we go to Flux? We've got Flux that does the same thing, where you can do Flux image generation for realistic human beings, and they've tried to solve the finger issue. And what is that? Cats trying to make a meal or whatever. It's cute. It's very memeable. Very much like Barbie Jungle. So silly. AI tools, and it uses something called context with a K, and you can make short clips for animation, and upload your own audio and have these individuals interact in strange ways and things like that. Free AI tools to help you with your products. And again, here we go with like sports and sneakers and people that travel and more and more and more. And so now you don't have to pay actors and directors and things like that. And of course, we've got the zero fee all the way up to $30 a month, and I believe it goes well above that if you start pushing. And then what these systems are doing now to get you from overloading their systems is you get so many credits, or you earn so many credits as well, and you spend those credits for different clips, 10-second clips and 30 seconds and that kind of thing. And of course, they control the value of the clips, of the credits that you use, so it keeps people from spamming it. And then of course, here we have social media influences, where you can throw some images in there, people who don't exist, but you can throw them into your social media posts. So let me go. We'll go back to Gemini, and then we'll talk a little bit. And I want to see what you guys have to say first. Silly. Book of Eli is what? Not exactly. Drew says, funny thing is that AI marketing material would be a sign for me to avoid the product. If the marketing is slop, then I expect the product also to be slop. Ooh, yeah. Well, listen. For some reason, like when people are in the upper echelons of businesses, they get very removed from us plebes, us average folk. And of course, in a business plan or something, you want to remove as many friction points, i.e. money expenditures, as possible. So in their minds, they're going to think, well, I don't want to have to hire an ad agency, and I don't want to have to hire actors, and also have my product portrayed, and have a script writer write a script to get an ad made that's a 30-second blurb of me selling my widget or whatever. If you could do that in-house with a bunch of geekophiles that you don't even know how they operate anyway, and they're all wearing like, I don't know, sweater vests or something like that, and their laptops and their colored hair and tattoos, and they're sitting in an office next to yours, coming up with this ad strategy. And these corporate CEOs aren't thinking like, if you're going to overload me with AI slop, like you're saying, Drew, they don't think that you're going to judge their product that way. What will happen is they'll find that afterwards. They'll find that out afterwards. But then they'll try to hide that in there. So they may have real people and then AI people and clip back and forth. And they might do like in the beginning, it might be 70-30, 70 real, 30 AI, but over time, they can phase out and go back to 30, 20, 10% real people and then more AI and hope that people just don't see it. And unfortunately, for the people that do see it and you kind of cringe and your eye is like, there's something off with this. For a lot of people, it's just going to be good enough, right? Yeah, I do wonder. Shai says yeah, six-fingered hands in AI art is a promotion, a premonition of the next stage of human evolution, as are the disappearing dance legs. Yeah, it's very AI systems have a very hard time like interlacing fingers or having fingers do complex movements. I think at some point they might solve that, but you could really tell sometimes, especially if you take a look at the background too, or like fabric. The motion of fabric is a issue as well, and things. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I agree with everything Spook has to say here. Is describing the Book of Eli. Yep. Yeah. I like your description here. Made advertising art that's made from nothing but the finest, top-notch, choice quality prompts. Like you could pick some up off a shelf or something. Fair trade, organic too. I love that. Oh man. There's no such thing. AI is always slop. I don't know. It's getting pretty good. It's getting really good. AI ads to advertise AI slop to AI customers. Yeah. Hey, my AI agent, go out and find some AI prompts and AI products. Dead internet theory. Ibrahim, hey, hello there. I haven't seen your avatar here before. Love to have you. So, I'm making the argument that maybe these AI systems that all these different companies and industries are trying to push it's too much. It's overwhelming, and every one of them is trying to come out on a stage in a turtleneck and a laser pointer to say that their system is better than everyone else's. Hey, listen, this might be the proof in the future. You know how in dystopian societies they always have some way of having some kind of way to secure their bunkers from the artificial and the human and the artificial and the real. Maybe we might have to show our hands and show our manual dexterity first. They're like, are you real or are you an AI agent? And it's like, I'm trying to hide my sixth finger and whatnot. It's like, touch your thumb to your pinky. It's like, what? So, yes, I am a real individual. That's really beacon of humanity. You gotta, for some reason, we have to have the staticky things like, is anyone listening? Oh, man. So, sorry, you guys got my mind going about being creative in these situations. Oh no, especially what's the movie? There's a movie called Surrogates where human beings are in a sleep chamber in their house, but they're actually in a surrogate of a mechanical body that represents their idealized form. And it kind of makes me think about that, like, you know, perfectly coiffed AI imagery, people walking around or contacting you in your DMs or whatever, and you're like, stop, leave me alone. And they have like the perfect smile and the perfect, you know, I want to say perfect literary or audio or something like that. Like, no, we would like to talk to you about a particular product. And you're like, shut up. I don't need aluminum siding. Stop selling me. Yeah. Like the Matrix theory that the AI was not the winner. Rather, the Matrix was a prison for the AI by the humans. I've heard that theory as well for the Matrix, that it was a prison created by the humans, and then the humans maybe forgot that they were that way. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Drew. The Book of Eli is not, despite what I said, it's not a religious movie at all. In the sense of like the character motivations, the things that are spoken in it. I did give away a big spoiler alert in it, but it's a well formed movie. Denzel Washington does an excellent job in the movie. But yeah, it's really good. It's really it makes you think about um, not human evolution. It's like human progress in terms of advancing itself. And the Book of Eli does a great job in like displaying how important we make context and connection. And then by the end of the movie, you're like, oh, I get it. And you don't have to be. It's not like a movie that's like trying to proselytize. I don't know how to pronounce that word. It's not preaching at you at all. It's actually kind of anti-preaching in many ways. So, which is why I said like it's unfortunate that it's a pretty dark movie and very brutalistic and things like that. Yeah, but I think for people who are trying to find something to promote their Christianity, that this movie would probably be the best way to do it, to get the non-Christians on your side, just the way it does. Yeah. TA says it was also one theory that they maintained humans not for energy but for the ability to prompt, because the AI could not prompt itself, such as imagination, initiation. I've heard something of that nature as well for the Matrix, like especially by the time the third Matrix movie came out. We're going to ignore the fact that they actually made a fourth one, but even though I'm an atheist, I do enjoy religious themes in my media consumption. Yeah, especially for character motivations, right? You don't need to believe a thing to understand a thing, and to use that for your use that for your creative spark. I guess I've got so many ideas going on in my head. I apologize for that, guys. Would The Road, that movie, qualify as a religious text too? Speaking of which, anybody here ever read Canticle for Leibowitz? No, I've seen The Road. I've never read the book. The Road is, that's a dark movie. And in a weird way, The Road does have a bit of faith at the end of it. Or there's a through line through it. So yeah, maybe. Also, it's now that we're talking about, and okay, we can get off the religious portion of this, but if we go to some place like Gemini here, one of the things that I've learned about prompting, I'm sure this is going to happen more and more over time, is that the ability to use these AI systems, talking about burdens, is directly related to our ability to ask for what we want. And while most people I can see them using these AI systems as basically just a search engine, find me a restaurant, or I'm looking for, the best hiking shoes for the cheapest price or something like that. The people that are using AI for like business and deep creative processes is the ability for us to ask for what we want. And many times our ability to communicate what we want is very difficult. So an example would be, asking one of these AI systems to help you write a dialogue session between 2 or 3 characters for your novel or play or short story or something like that. And you can layer into it, by the way, my character, Gregory, has deep religious conflicts within him. And you can write that, if you put that subtext in there, that, character A has these issues, character B, has this in their background, character C, and then with these AI systems having some memory, they will remember, oh, Gregory does have a strong religious bent, and could add those features into your AI description. Now, do I think you should write a novel with AI? I don't really particularly think so. But if you are a great creator and you want to perform your things fast, like I like to pick on Stephen King for some reason. Is it wrong for Stephen King to upload all his books and then have the AI help him outline like 5 different new horror stories using his own works? I don't know. I'm conflicted about whether I would like that or not. Part of me says, why not? If it's your own material and the AI system is using your own material to spit back at you a summary of what you've already written, and then you can go, okay, let me make sure I don't write this again. Sure. But on the other hand, are they using AI to like shortcut? I don't know. Yeah. TA says, yeah, you get a big ass surprise at the end, making it seem more and more likely that it had to be divine intervention. And that applies to both The Road and the Book of Eli. As far as that happens, because you look back at the movie and go, wait a minute, how did this happen? Yeah. I would say the 4th Matrix was fine. Sure, it had issues, but I like that they addressed the elephant in the room of franchises and reboots. And in truth, yeah, it was a bit of a look at yourself in the mirror. Yeah, some people didn't like that part of it. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I did like the fact that in the 4th movie, you had characters going into other scenes of the other movies, because technically the Matrix itself was a program that you could go back into and watch from a different point of view, and I really appreciated that. Spook says, trash talk the series all you like, but I will say I actually enjoyed the 4th Matrix. 2 and 3 had trouble rewatching. I'm a number 2 fan because I like the action part of it. Yeah, but yeah, why not? Why not? But it is recognized. No, but it is recognized that in the wrong hands, a Bible or any religious text could be used as a weapon. That's what I really liked about the Book of Eli. That it used that as a tool and a weapon. Well, actually, technically, more or less looked at as a weapon, but other characters looked at it as a tool, possibly to bring back humanity and stuff. It's cool. Am I a writer? In my own head, I like to think so. I am a small press tabletop RPG writer and developer, and I've written for EndWorld, the Level Up Advanced 5th Edition. I have my own series out that was for 5th edition called Cinematic Environs. I've written for what used to be called it was a Kickstarter called Cool Name Goes Here, and it is in development. It actually has a name now, and for some reason I can't think of the name, and so I helped write for that series. And I've written for Onyx Path Publishing as well, and so yes, I don't have those books in front of me, but I can go get them if you don't mind me walking away from the camera. But yeah, I could give links or something like that. I just don't talk about it. Self-promotion is like my worst. So. Oh man, you guys are funny. It says, I think it takes away from the romance of a novel. Oh, are you referring to a writer using AI to write a novel? I suppose the difference would be if we knew it happened or not. There are many writers right today that are being they're being blasted because they're leaving the prompts they're not even doing their own editing or a very good job at editing, and they're actually leaving the prompts in the books, and people are just like, wait, what? So you're not far off, Does the quality of writing in Stephen King's books seem rushed? I wouldn't know. I've only read one of them. Yeah, and I'm picking with Stephen King just as general as a stand-in for a great writer that's produced a lot of material. some would argue that who are fans of George R.R. Martin that maybe he should be using these systems to finish his novels because he's always working on something else and getting distracted. I'm more of a world builder than an actually fiction writer. Right. I'm not a novelist in any regard. Do not point that novelist finger at me. No. More of a world builder. I like to do it as a side project. I like to help other people be creative, so that's where it comes in. Mr. P says AI is brilliant for prototyping or fast developing variations and ideas of your own work. All the other stuff, too much like a damn movie. Yeah, I'm not here to judge yourself, and I'm still in flux because I love being inspired by a thing. And if you're by yourself, sometimes it can be very difficult to break out of a creative loop in your head where you keep coming back to the same thing and you're like, oh, I need a better idea. And then you throw a couple of prompts in there and like, hey, come up with like 15 ideas that I could, that break a trope or whatever, right? And then the AI system spits back at you, and then that's a good opportunity to go, oh, duh, I hadn't thought about that. Or if you're a novelist, you say, oh, I forgot about these secondary NPCs I had in my book. Maybe I should bring them forward, or maybe I should flash back to this character's background and give a reason why they're acting the way they are, or maybe this dialogue is a little bit too on the nose. Maybe I should add some subtext in there and not have dialogue that says the thing that they're feeling, but describe a scene so that the reader can understand how they're feeling through words and actions and not actually say it out loud. Tia says, have you ever written something and then a long while later find it and read it and not remember having wrote it? I am that kind of person where I'll like the RPG stuff that I've written. Sometimes I look at it like, who wrote this? And I literally have like the Google Doc that I was working on to develop it. And I'm like, I can just call it up. And I'm like, who wrote this? I don't remember doing that. But sometimes you can get lost in your own writing. And that's where some novelists are like, my character committed these heinous acts or something, not because I wrote it, but because the character itself went there. And some people think about that. Mike Marin says, I have physical copies of your N-World level of 5e stuff. Highly recommend it. It's not my stuff. I was one of like 30 people that worked on it. And it kind of had bad timing because Level Up A5e came out, and then we had the WotC debacle, and then we had things like Daggerheart and Draw Steel and Tales of the Valiant and DC-20 and Vagabond draw a lot of attention. So A5e kind of got lost in the shuffle. And then when people found out there was an A5e, they're like, when did that happen? It was like 6 months before everything, WotC burned their own material to the ground. Yep, Drew says, I designed my own role-playing system in a manner that it will allow me later to write novels using it. That's awesome. That's awesome. There's such an overlap between tabletop role-playing games and like improv, novelizations, screenwriting, things like that. I think that's why tabletop role-playing games draw creatives to it, because it's like a crucible of creation, because a tabletop role-playing game is like writing a movie script as you're doing it with actors that have their own personalities and motivations and incorporate their own dialogue into a thing that's being made as you speak, page by page, which, it would be impossible to actually really perform, but for a tabletop role-playing game, it is kind of funny to be able to do that. So hard circle back to being overloaded by these AI systems. It is pretty interesting to find out like which one's going to be at the top of the food chain. Why would we even pick one of these AI systems over any others if they if they return to me similar value, and I know all the businesses that, 300 billion, 500 billion dollars, you were talking about billions of dollars being gathered by venture capitalists to promote these systems. And I do find it funny, like, everybody wants to be at the top. Like that's why they're really pushing it. It's like, if you're not first, you're last. And that's a pretty horrible business practice, but I get it, right? That is where AI movies should go, where sessions of freeform TTRPGs are turned into movies. Yeah, maybe like, hey, I suppose, could you record your own TTRPG sessions, dump the audio into an AI agent, and then tell it to organize, outline, and then create a script from it? I don't know. I bet somebody could do that. I wonder if somebody could do that. Like, just take some of these, like, actual plays and just, get a transcript of it, have it cleaned up, and then organized, and then turn that into a story that no one ever predicted would turn into that kind of story. TA says, though to do it right, I think you would need cameras on everyone and microphones, and everyone is going to stand and act out sections of what they want to do, making the sound and action rule. I don't know. I mean, you could use an AI to animate people. So they're sitting at the table, but there's animation added to it. Although I suppose if you have cameras that have people standing up and acting out what they're going to do, and then overlay that with a video AI system like Veo or Flux. Yeah, so you could act out pulling a bow and making the doink sound. Yeah, doink. It does sound like a to tell the DM that you were shooting at something they described with your bow. Yeah, I suppose you could. I mean, I maybe we'd have to dress in some of those jumpsuits with the dot matrix on them. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. How can we raise a burden of a bot army to spam TPJ's chat and drive his algos? I don't know. We've got some algos things. I mean, I didn't even, AI systems. I forgot about the inspiration tab on YouTube. Yeah. There's even more AI systems out there. Our ability to navigate through all of these things is going to be wild. It's going to be wild. Here I am over on Flux, and here, so we're going to have some fun with this. Hopefully YouTube won't ding me too much, but this is Flux, and the online advanced Flux 0.1 AI. Start your image and video creation journey now with Flux AI, the ultimate all-in-one creative solution. And there's like AI video generators, AI kissing, the Ghibli art generator that made a lot of things, AI Kung Fu. Come on. I've got a bunch of windows open, so it's going to take a little while before it gets there. These are cats making some kind of meal. But we're going to try to get you guys over to, come on, move up. Wow. Yes, reload the page. There we go. Kung Fu cats. All right. So, so silly. Ooh. I'm going to say that looks a little bit like Wing Chun. It kind of doesn't, it still hasn't quite caught up. The movements haven't quite caught up. Yeah, it's still very difficult for these AI systems to catch up. But Real world applications of the AI Kung Fu video generator. Yeah, how to use the AI Kung Fu video generator. Upload 2 photos and crop them to the perfect proportion. Preview the effect and make any necessary adjustments, and click generate and wait just a few minutes for your awesome video. So yeah, we're going to be inundated by these things, and of course there's you got free trials, you sign up for all kinds of things. Pricing, let's see what the prices are. Oh, I think I already showed this to you. Yeah, monthly, yearly, one time. And they're going to hope that you get entrenched in these systems. But yeah, they're going to hope that you just get pulled in so much faster. Powered by Anthropic. Let's see, Claude 4. Get instant answers on any topic. 50 million users. Join millions of happy users. Where's my tab? I can't tab. Up and down. Continue with one of these. I'm not doing that. But you get the point, right? Oh man, commercials and books and all kind of things. If it's really in features, tattoo generator, anime generator, AI baby generator, girl generators, headshot generator, logo generator, free AI logo generator online. Forget about even going to Fiverr. Just have one create a logo for you. Generate more, download. You might be interested in these other things. Community creations. So, hey graphic designers, sorry we don't respect your work any longer. We're going to do these to come up with something very quick and very easy. That's just with logos. What are some other tools? Headshot generator. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see how, since there's no fingers, make fake headshots for your small pub creation. It's you and 2 other people, but you want to make it look like there's 50. Throw up some fake headshots on your website. I don't know. I'm sure you can upload your own photograph and then put these. Yeah, right. Here we go. Yep. You're taking a photograph and smoothing all the lines out, and then you get to put it up into your own ads and things like that. Yep. Make yourself look like a model. Yep. Top reasons to use our free AI headshot generator. Well, I want to lie to people. High quality headshots, multiple variations, and of course you can throw them down in the corner of your thumbnail. And here we have pricing. Did the pricing that's not it. There it is. $50, 11, 25, 50, $100. And then here's the credits per quarter. When you get to use the credits to create stuff. Oh man, it's too much. Too much. I wonder how many people are just going to use these headshot things. There's DeepSeek. Let's go here. I wonder how many people are going to do that. Let's see. Let's throw in a prompt. Which AI system is best? There are too many to choose from, and I am overwhelmed. I'll go back to your comments in just a minute. Hey, kitty. Hey, Broody Brood. What's up? Let's see. Here's my AI came back at me and said, AI system selection framework. Define the scope of AI system. Identify the leading AI systems or platforms within each of these major categories. Compare the identified AI systems based on their core capabilities. Evaluate the ease of use, etc., etc. Yeah. Try again with deep research. Create a report. Analyze results. Here we go. Investigate the pricing models, research common use cases, analyze users. And here's one of the things that my argument about using these systems and being a burden. The energy it takes to try to get these AI systems to do what you want might be more energy than it would be for you to just do it on your own and just go ahead and do it, right? Like, there's a weird cost effect analysis of them wanting all of these places or AI systems wanting you to delve into them and not leave their ecosystem, that at a certain point it becomes like, wait a minute, I'm doing more typing to get you to try to massage you, to get you to do the thing I want, than it would have been if I just didn't use it at all and just sat down and start writing. It's just weird. Oh man. Yeah, gotta try to stay relevant by staying up on how best to command these apps or platforms. Yeah, I'm finding that you need to have the ability to communicate what you want to a system that doesn't understand what you want. So you could say something to the effect of, hey, type me out a adventure spy sci-fi heist novel. Or you could say, I have, an 800 word document, upload that, then give all the background for all your characters, then give a general outline for your plot, specifying the plot holes that you already know you have in your own plot. And you know what I mean? You go on and on and on. And then, yes, you could get it, massage it to go, okay, here's your special action, sci-fi, heist, dystopian novel or something with 12 main characters. But at a certain point, it's like, maybe it would have been better if you just sat down and tried to type this out yourself. You know? Yeah, it's TA talking about like this. It's like body kinesthetics. AI doesn't understand the kinesthetics of people movement. Like where your arms and legs and gravity would take you and how it would form based on how your body spins and things like that. Maybe it needs to steal a bunch of like breakdancing or capoeira or gymnastics or something. I don't know. Right. Yeah. Right. Don't these AI content services give you nothing more than really good computer graphics on demand? There's nothing all that special about it, is there? Not going to take over the world. And that's the thing, right? Like my point was, maybe everyone is talking about the doom and gloom of all of AIs taking over. The other end of the spectrum. Hey, kitty. Let's see if we can get our kitty up here. Where can anybody see you? There you go. You're kind of blown out by the light in the background. But yeah, these. If neither one of those things happen, that the world doesn't end because of the AI takeover, or that we don't go into a utopia, I think some people would be disappointed. I think some people would just say, there is a user end on this, and I don't know if these AI systems are going to revolutionize anything. It could be that they just become so annoying that no one wants to adopt them at all. Now, that when I say no one, never. Absolutes don't exist in reality. So there will be people that I agree will launch, that someone will say, you know what, I can make my small product I'm making in my garage of my hand painted sneakers, custom made sneakers, and they, instead of having to hire an ad agent and a marketer and a graphic designer, they do it all from their home to sell their hand painted airbrush sneakers. Will that person launch? Probably yes. Now you could get annoyed that why did they use, you know, AI imagery of people wearing their sneakers running through the rain. Why did they use the AI sneaker as it pivots through vacant space and whatnot, and they posted that on Instagram or something. But that individual may launch, and some people may just not care, and you may go, "Oh, AI, I'm not going to buy their stuff," but maybe that person needed it because they're by themselves and they're trying to make their own home business because they've had 3 jobs before. And that's where, like, I think these AI systems are going to be okay. They're not going to be excellent. They're not going to be great. They're not going to dominate. Maybe they're just going to be good enough. And, human society, we like to think of things as just being good enough. Just because we don't mind things existing in the background of our own orbits. So every human being has this like shell around them, and there are things that just fade into the background. And so, a billboard that was created by an AI, we just drive past it and go, and we shrug it off and may absolutely ignore that billboard. Is it destroying humanity? Well, maybe the billboards itself are like, maybe we don't need as many on the sides of highways and whatnot. But then again, adding an AI image to a billboard might just be another annoyance and not much else. You know what I mean? What if you do all this massaging with all these prompts and the AI decides your idea is so shitty, there's no hope to make anything good of it? Well, I don't know. The AI, they're pretty good at gassing you up. Oh man, they're pretty good at being like, you're the best. Tell me more. So we have pretty good imaging to 3D model software for scanning and objects for 3D printing. So the AI using this to generate something like a human form, they know that fingers can't go through each other, right? I suppose with 3D imaging, but I wonder, is it using 3D imaging or is it just using 2D imaging and trying to extrapolate? And that's where you get the funky fingers going through each other and there's too many fingers, and yeah, or that those fingers don't merge into each other. Same with taking actual dictionary to produce words using fonts. So I'm guessing the no actual words and language was on purpose. I don't know. Who is responsible for that making a decision when it comes to the AI? That's going to be another thing in the future where a human being is impacted lethally by these AI systems. Like we already know, we have full proof that an AI chat talked people into deleting themselves from this world. So we already have proof of that. I wonder legally how we will find, or if we even want to find, people responsible for someone else's harm, and who becomes the person responsible for that. Yeah. Yes, that is what I have assumed, because of how it refuses to recognize real world physics. It is because it's not using real world 3D items. It isn't, right? Like it's extrapolating, basically, which is kind of funny. I know you know a lot more about this, Thomas, than I do, but a human being that picks up a ball or a glass or something like that, it's using a 2D image and then trying to extrapolate where the thumb and the finger is going to go. And yeah, it just doesn't understand that the fingers have to still be connected to the hand and stuff. Yeah, it's really wild how it does that. But remember, it's good enough. Self-driving cars and drone warfare, yeah, absolutely. If a self okay, because here's the trolley problem, and I've mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. The trolley problem is one in which a self-driving car is going down the street, and a it is moving too fast to not cause an accident. So a small child riding a bicycle or going after a ball runs into the street. And now the car has to make, maybe, let's give it 3 decisions. It can drive you, the driver, into a pole, possibly killing you. It could go straight ahead and run over the child, protecting you. Or it can go into a bus stop where there's 5 other individuals who are standing there, all adults. Which decision should the car make? Right? And that's where these self-driving cars or AI systems that are what's the one? Replica. I can't. I'll have to. Replica for here it is. Let's see. Share this out. Here it is. This is the one from Replica, the AI Replica, that I feel like is so problematic, right? It's like, it's advertising an AI companion for adults with childhood trauma. Now, mind you, it does say down here, not a replacement for therapy, but come on. You want someone to sign up to make an artificial human being who has childhood trauma. That is crazy. AI mental well-being. Is there any proof that this works? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no, what's the safeguard? Does this AI well-being system understand your red flags to then alert a real professional to ensure that it's not doing harm? Or is this just a cash grab to get you to sign up for a subscription service and make a dirty boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, right? And using it as like, oh, it's just going to help you out and make you feel good and talk you through all your traumas? Or is it going to, help you self-delete? This is not your idea, of course, okay? But there are plenty of would-be RPG designers who could benefit from an AI smackdown. Probably myself as well. Yeah. There's this weird recursive loop when it comes to these AI systems that you get inspired, because to be honest with you, these are inspiration engines, expensive ones and energy draining ones, but nonetheless, they can be inspiration generating, but then they kind of like try to pull you in. And then when they pull you in, you're like, stop saying that. It's the same thing you said before, kind of thing, right? And to massage the system to get it to get out of its lowest common denominator, to get out of the mean, takes a lot of effort. And that effort could be used doing other things. So, yeah, that trolley problem being done by individual identification and social media and government data scraping to figure out who deserves to be hit by the trolley most by algorithm of the AI before it turns. Yep. That is some nightmare fuel, since all that data that is input is going to be subject to human interpretation of the facts as well. Yeah, of the facts too. Yep. Who makes that decision, right? And we as humans, strangely enough, the person driving the car that has a child run out in front of them and makes a sudden decision, we accept human beings making that sudden decision because we know the person who's responsible for making that sudden decision. But if an algorithm always defaults to a certain behavior, hey, run the kid over, because the driver, we want to protect the driver and we don't want to hurt 5 other people, so whatever, just keep going over the kid because that's the least amount of damage, doesn't have an ethical or moral microsecond value to decide what to do and what not to do. But I mean, then you start thinking, well, how many human beings are going to buy a car that the car is going to decide to kill you to protect other people? Because they're not going to read that second line. They're going to think, well, the car's going to make a decision to kill me. They're not thinking about it protecting a child or something like that. And somebody has to make that decision, and that to program in that decision or allow the AI to make that decision in the first place. And that goes back to, what's the movie? Will Smith, I, Robot, where Will Smith doesn't like the robots because the robots saved his life rather than taking a slightly less optimal chance to save another child's life that he was trying to save from drowning. If you remember that being one of his motivations, that he was trying to swim down to save a child that was sinking below him, and a robot pulled at his arm to save his life rather than going past him to try to save the child's life, thereby maybe sacrificing himself. Shai says, you write a novel about a guy contemplating self-deletion, run it through the AI grammar checker, and suddenly the men in white coats burst into your door to help you. Yeah, well, hey, I'm just writing the book. And they're going, sure you are, right? I don't know. It's wild. So you imagine you somehow end up with a bunch of haters that dump a ton of bad info in the way news companies spin things or corporations spin things, so the AI decides you are the lower value human. Yeah, well, I mean, we're already doing that, right? The more we post about how much we hate the other, and that could be anything. Marvel fans hate DC. Star Wars fans hate Star Trek, or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm being less sarcastic than it sounds, because there are real people who have asked for the death of actors in Star Wars movies and franchises simply because the actors read the lines that were given to them. So if AI learns from that, yes, AI would very well have a higher value, lower value person. Like, imagine that same automobile accident and the kid has a Star Wars t-shirt on and the driver is a Star Trek fan, and the car goes, yeah, they're Star Wars, yeah, they're lesser than, simply because of a t-shirt, right? Because of reading all of the vitriol that's online. Shai says, car decides to unalive you to save lives. Ever seen that banned Mercedes commercial where the hazard prevention system has the car run over Hitler when he was just a little boy? I've never seen. Ooh. Seriously, no. That does not exist. That's crazy. I love it. So anyway, guys, I can't hold you much longer. Anyway, I did a poor job maybe I did a great job, but maybe not vocally, talking about the burden of these AI systems, that they're going to be everywhere, that we're going to have to look out for them, that, the I need to learn yet one more thing. Oh shit. All right, let's see if I can find it. No. Okay. How can I can't snatch it up. How do I? Whoops. Let's see if I can. Will it let me copy? I can't copy paste. Can I do it from here? Come on, let me do it from here. No. Let's see if there we go. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. There it is. Copy. Cool. Let's get out of this mode. And then go here. But let me do it. Let me do it. Delete. It's not letting me do it. Oh. Come on. No, it's not letting me go there. Okay, let's see if it's okay. YouTube. Yeah. Come on. One more time. I found it. I'm in so much trouble playing it. Okay. I got it. I have it queued up. I didn't want to have to type out the whole link. So, but I Google. What the hell did I do? I don't know. I Google Lensed it and then did it. There's so much hate due to political divide and religious divide that I would ban all AI from using anything related as a judgment call. Yep. Yeah. Because listen, if the AI systems learn anything from us, is that we love to hate. Didn't mean to distract the stream, just wanted to prove that it exists. It's there. I got it loaded up and everything. Maybe as we get out of here. That is reminding me of the predictive crime prevention. Yes. So imagine earmarks accidentally assuming one will grow up to be the next Hitler, trying to stop that. We here in Columbus, Ohio used to use those wow, is that an AI video? The mouth and voice are not synced. I don't know. It's crazy. That's hilarious. I'm just scrolling through it right now. Yep. Wild. Heck, here's the, let's see, AI, not a prompt. Let's see, shorts. Let's see if we can. All right, there we go. Let's get out of here. So here's the video. Let's see. It says, yep, and DB has been taken over by AI. Just look at how the mouth and words don't sync. A mouth and words don't sync. They move around. So this is the video. This is the AI generated video of hey guys, have a great one. Yeah, this is the one where it's an AI video of them talking about how they aren't AI, and it's crazy. Actually, it's another issue I see with AI is that people will be mistaking tech issues as determining that something has to be AI and misdiagnosing lots of real stuff as being AI. Yes, yeah, that's going to be a real thing as well, because it's crazy how that's done. But yeah, here's just a small clip of this is from, you know what? Let me copy so I can give attribution. Everybody have a great one. Paste this down here. Let me give attribution to where this came from, and let's go for it.
We're not prompts! We're not prompts!
Like, really?
So
We came from prompts?
artificial.
Wake up, man.
I don't need some prompt god whispering in my
That's so
ear to tell a
crazy.
story. I write what I want. I have free will, remember that?
What is your favorite AI character?
Yeah, and it's wild. It's wild. All this is all from, like, you know, AI video things. you know, it's let me see if we can get this one here.
because
Another one.
characters are horrified by the idea that they're AI and they question reality, they seek truth, all while unknowingly
Prompt
being the
theory
product of a
explained.
single prompt. And this is peak horror.
Keep it real. I mean, this is wild stuff here. Wild stuff. Cool video, by the way, but yeah.
Theory meets screenwriting, and generative AI meets philosophy, and when Google View meets your subconscious fears. So the next time you
Yeah, that's awesome. You can check out this video, but yeah, it's all wild, crazy stuff, guys. Amazing. So anyway, you guys have a great one. Thank you very much for being part of the show. I'm sure I'm going to get dinged on that a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're going to finish it out. And then we're going to talk about Daggerheart next week. Some things that I think we could steal from Daggerheart. There is an OGL and an SRD for the game. And it's a game, it's basically a wolf in sheep's clothing kind of game, which I'm strangely happy about that, like, Critical Role, and I am not a critter at all. I don't have the time or energy to like delve into Critical Role, but the game, tabletop role-playing game, sounds like Dungeons and Dragons, and you look deeper under the covers and it's like, wow, they put a thick patina over the type of this thing, because it sure isn't Dungeons and Dragons at all. Yeah, we're not prompts. We are real. Brains in jars being manipulated by electrodes and alien experiments. Yeah. Yeah. We're not prompts. Yeah, you are. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for letting me just talk about these subjects and things like that. I hope you guys have a great day and aren't too overwhelmed. I hope the burden of AI coming to take your jobs and take over the world or something like that doesn't stress you guys out too much, because I hope it doesn't stress me out as well. So guys, have a great one. See you later. Thank you very much. Have a great day. I have to go out and deliver the mail as a letter carrier. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope it's what would be the best descriptor. That it's an amazingly boring day. Because sometimes things that are a little bit too fun and too active have some pretty negative drawbacks. Have a good AI generated fictitious Vice Friday. Yeah, not jobs, gerbs. Yeah, did you see the it's doing the horrible the AI systems are doing the horrible what are they called? Wow, my brain just went. The words at the bottom of the screen. It has a thing. Mr. P, thank you. Peace to all. Well, no, thank you for just being here. And if you guys have any subjects you guys want to talk about or whatever, feel free to throw it in. This is a daily show that's unscripted. I come up with a general overview, and then we just go off the track. So whatever. So if you guys want to talk about something else, it tends to be more creative, more science fiction, fantasy, high-minded kind of subjects, especially with tabletop role-playing games. I just decided to take a break with these AI systems, but yeah. So anyway, guys, have a great one. I'll see you later. Peace. Bye.